Well, protesters are pushing for higher wages for people with disabilities. A group of people took their message to a Goodwill store in Buffalo today, and News 4's Joe Malillo is here with more. Joe?
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, Jackie. On one side, protesters are fighting for equal rights. On the other side, the company says it couldn't afford to keep workers with developmental disabilities if they were paid a minimum wage. This was the scene inside Goodwill Industries of Western New York this afternoon. Protesters from the organization ADAPT were fighting against the sub-minimum wages Goodwill pays some of its developmentally disabled workers.
We feel that we are being discriminated against. We are not being respected. Everyone else gets paid minimum wage, and we're getting paid less than minimum wage.
All we are asking is that Goodwill, that claims to support people with disabilities, that they give up their 14C certificate so that they will pay people with disabilities at least minimum wage.
Established in the 1930s, the section under the Fair Labor Standards Act, 14C, says people with disabilities can be employed at rates below federal minimum wage.
You know, it made sense back in 1938, but now it doesn't.
At the Goodwill here in Buffalo, workers earn whatever they can produce.
It's a deeply held belief that folks with developmental disabilities deserve the chance to work.
Thomas Lynch, president and CEO of Goodwill Industries here in Buffalo, says their sheltered workshop is a training program.
Goodwill is in the business of helping people get competitive employment. So we look at it as a training program. And oh, by the way, they make a few dollars besides.
People who work in these positions, well, they're claiming to be training programs. Less than 5% of people with disabilities in these programs transition into competitive employment.
Without their 14C certificate, Lynch says his company wouldn't survive.
I think businesses would be less likely to hire people who are not yet fully functional because they couldn't afford it. If it costs them twice as much to make their product, they won't be able to sell it.
Right now, there's a nationwide movement by the National Disability Rights Network to have the federal government repeal 14C. I did speak with a worker at the Goodwill's sheltered workshop who wouldn't go on camera with me, but he said, he showed me his paycheck. He does make minimum wage for his work. Joe Malillo, News 4 at 5:30.